The human mind, a complex and intricate organ, the seat of our consciousness, emotions and identity, a sanctuary of thoughts, memories and beliefs. It holds the essence of who we are, our past, our dreams and our fears. But what happens when this sacred space is invaded, manipulated, controlled? When the very core of our being is tampered with? This isn't the plot of a dystopian novel. It's not a fictional tale meant to entertain or scare. This is the chilling reality of MKUltra, a covert operation that blurred the lines between science and horror. A top-secret CIA program shrouded in darkness. Conceived in the Cold War era, it aimed to explore the boundaries of human cognition. It sought to unlock the secrets of mind control. Scientists and operatives delved into the unknown, experimenting with drugs, hypnosis, and other methods. The price? The lives and sanity of countless individuals. Innocent people became unwitting subjects in a nightmarish quest for power. Victims of a government experiment gone terribly wrong. Their suffering was immense. Their stories heartbreaking. The truth about MKUltra remained hidden for decades. Buried deep within the annals of classified documents and secret files, buried under layers of secrecy and denial. Efforts were made to erase the evidence, to silence the voices of those who knew. But the truth, like a shadow, has a way of making itself known. It emerged slowly, piece by piece, as brave individuals sought justice. This is the story of that truth, a tale of perseverance, of uncovering the hidden, of bringing light to the darkest corners of human history. A journey into the heart of a government program. One that operated in the shadows, away from public scrutiny, a program that crossed ethical boundaries in the name of national security. It pushed the limits of morality, all in the pursuit of control. A chilling reminder of the fragility of the human mind and the terrible power of unchecked ambition. It serves as a stark warning of what can happen when power goes unchecked and the sanctity of the human mind is disregarded. The world watched with bated breath. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a high-stakes standoff. The Cold War. It was a battle of ideologies, a clash of superpowers. Fear and suspicion were the currency of the day. Each side suspected the other of developing terrifying new weapons. Weapons capable of mass destruction. The Soviets, it was believed, were already ahead in one terrifying aspect: mind control. Rumors circulated of Soviet scientists brainwashing individuals, turning them into sleeper agents. These agents were hidden in plain sight, ready to act on command. The fear was palpable. The US government felt an immense pressure. It had to counter this threat at any cost. This fear, this desperation would birth a monster project MKUltra. In the shadows of the Cold War, a sinister plan began to take shape. The year was 1953. The CIA, shrouded in secrecy, launched Project MKUltra. Its objective: to develop mind control techniques that could rival or even surpass those of the Soviets. It was a project born out of paranoia, fueled by the insatiable desire for dominance in the Cold War's high-stakes game. MKUltra's architects believed the key to mind control lay in unlocking the secrets of the human brain. They sought to understand how to manipulate thoughts, erase memories, and implant suggestions. The program's scope was vast. It encompassed a wide range of experiments that were often unethical, inhumane, and downright terrifying. The subjects, often unwitting participants. Their minds were seen as tools to be manipulated and exploited in the name of national security. Section 4. The tools of manipulation: drugs, hypnosis, and more. In this section, we delve into the dark and twisted methods employed by the MKUltra program, a covert operation that sought to control and manipulate the human mind. MKUltra's arsenal was as diverse as it was disturbing. The program utilized a wide range of techniques and substances, each more unsettling than the last, in their quest to unlock the secrets of the human psyche. At the forefront was LSD, This powerful hallucinogenic drug, known for its mind-altering effects, became a cornerstone of the program's experiments. This potent hallucinogenic drug became a cornerstone of the program. Researchers believed that LSD held the key to shattering the mind's defenses, allowing them to manipulate and control their subjects in ways previously thought impossible. Researchers believed it held the key to shattering the mind's defenses. They hypothesized that by breaking down these mental barriers, they could implant new thoughts, ideas, and even control the actions of their subjects. Subjects, many unaware of what they were being given, were subjected to high doses of LSD. These individuals, often chosen without their consent, were thrust into a world of chaos and confusion. Their minds were thrown into turmoil. The effects of the drug were immediate and intense, causing vivid hallucinations and a complete distortion of reality. They experienced vivid hallucinations, distorted perceptions, and intense emotional states. The boundaries between what was real and what was imagined became blurred, leaving the subjects in a state of perpetual fear and anxiety. But LSD was just the tip of the iceberg. The program's methods extended far beyond the use of hallucinogenic drugs. Hypnosis, electroshock therapy, and sensory deprivation were also employed. These techniques, often used in conjunction with LSD, aimed to break down the individual's sense of self and make them more susceptible to suggestion. These techniques, often used in conjunction with LSD, aimed to break down the individual's sense of self. The goal was to strip away their autonomy and make them vulnerable to external control, to make them vulnerable to suggestion and control. Under the influence of these combined methods, subjects could be manipulated to act against their own will and better judgment. The methods were brutal, the results often unpredictable. The psychological and physical toll on the subjects was immense, leading to long-lasting trauma and, in some cases, permanent damage. MKUltra's scientists, driven by a dangerous combination of curiosity and ambition, pushed the boundaries of human experimentation. They were relentless in their pursuit of knowledge, often disregarding the ethical implications of their actions. They showed little regard for the long-term consequences of their actions. The well-being of their subjects was secondary to their desire to uncover the secrets of the mind. The human mind, in their eyes, had become nothing more than a laboratory rat. The quest for control and power overshadowed any sense of morality, leaving a dark legacy that continues to haunt us to this day. Section 5. Casualties of a Shadow War, the tragic case of Frank Olson. This is a story that delves deep into the dark recesses of American history, a tale of secrecy, betrayal, and the devastating human cost of covert operations. The human cost of MKUltra is immeasurable. Countless lives were irrevocably damaged. Families were left in shambles and the psychological scars ran deep. The program's reach extended far beyond its intended targets, affecting not just the individuals, but their loved ones as well. Families were torn apart, and the truth for many remains elusive. The secrecy surrounding MKUltra meant that many never knew why their loved ones changed so drastically, why they became shadows of their former selves. One of the most well-known casualties of this dark chapter in American history is Frank Olson. His story is not just a tale of personal tragedy, but a stark illustration of the broader human cost of the CIA's clandestine operations. A brilliant biochemist working for the CIA, Olson was deeply involved in the agency's research. His expertise made him a valuable asset, but it also placed him in the crosshairs of the agency's more nefarious activities. Olson's story is a tragic testament to the program's ruthlessness and the lengths to which the CIA would go to achieve its goals. In 1953, Olson was unknowingly given LSD by his CIA colleagues. This was part of a broader experiment to test the drug's effects on unwitting subjects. The betrayal by his colleagues, people he trusted, marked the beginning of his downward spiral. The drug's effects were profound and deeply disturbing. he spiraled into a deep depression. The once brilliant scientist found himself grappling with terrifying hallucinations and an overwhelming sense of dread. His mental state deteriorated rapidly. He became paranoid and expressed fears about the work he was involved in. Olson began to question the morality of the experiments he was a part of, and his paranoia grew as he suspected that he was being watched and monitored by his own colleagues. Days later, Olson was dead. The official story, suicide. But those who knew him found it hard to believe that he would take his own life. The circumstances of his death were shrouded in mystery and suspicion, but the circumstances surrounding his death were suspicious. There were inconsistencies in the official reports, and many believed that the true cause of his death was being covered up to protect the agency. His family believed he was murdered by the CIA. They were convinced that Olson had become a liability, someone who knew too much and was on the verge of exposing the agency's darkest secrets. They feared he was about to expose the truth about MKUltra. The program's unethical experiments and the human rights violations it entailed were secrets that the CIA was desperate to keep hidden. Decades later, evidence emerged that supported their suspicions. Declassified documents and testimonies from former CIA operatives painted a chilling picture of a cover-up, suggesting that Olson's death was not a suicide, but a calculated act to silence him. Olson's case became a chilling reminder of the lengths to which the CIA was willing to go to protect its secrets. It serves as a stark warning of the dangers of unchecked power and the devastating impact it can have on innocent lives. The tragic case of Frank Olson remains a haunting chapter in the history of American intelligence, a story that continues to resonate as a cautionary tale of the perils of secrecy and the human cost of covert operations.